Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know who has nice things to say about the fans? Amandla Stenberg. Um, we've been predicting this outcome really since we first started hearing about the Acolyte, once what the focus was going to be, who Leslie Headland was focused on hiring for the show, not just to be in front of the camera, but also behind the camera. Writers who had never seen Star Wars and were hired solely because they're a Black woman to give that perspective in the writing room, things like this. And as it turns out, the entire show so far has been a massive piece of shit in nearly every way. And we said it was only a matter of time before Disney Star Wars pulled out the old playbook to play victim, to use diversity as a shield. Well, what do you know? These are the type of headlines we woke up to today, Jeremy. I was laughing at this. The Acolyte star claps back at Star Wars hate in the most iconic way.
Oh, my God.
This is Slay Queen, Slay. You got over here on Star Wars News Net, Amandla Stenberg responds to online racist harassment in new music video. Oh, and by the way, when they publish this, look at what they put down at the bottom here. Fair criticism of the Acolyte are not at play here. Harassment and racist remarks by so-called fans are. The comments will be monitored, and those deemed abusive or harmful will be taken down. Thank you, Star Wars News Net. You're saving the world. You're saving the world. And this was the response right here from Amandla Stenberg on her Instagram. Happy Juneteenth. And to those who are flooding me with intolerable racism, since it took me 72 hours on my laptop to make this song and video, you got 72 hours to respond. And I expect choreography. I don't think it's going to take everybody 72 hours. I think we can manage it. I think we'll be okay. You can see Daphne Keene, who plays Jackie in The Acolyte, Wokealite Unite.
Oh my God, man.
Comments.
They are so out of touch with reality.
You know who else responded, Jeremy?
Who?
So far, we've noticed Daphne Keene, Jackie, Manny Jacinto, who is Chimere, the guy who a lot of people think could be Smilo Ren, who simply posted some emojis, and Christina Ariel, host of the High Republic show, who wrote, I love you so much. I mean, you remember Christina Ariel, right?
Yes, we do.
The person who was hired by Lucasfilm, who had a history of anti-white tweets, and then Star Wars went out of their way to defend all of her racist tweets. Yeah, that one.
It all comes full circle. Lucasfilm and all of their racists coming together to show just how intolerant they are. That does not surprise me at all.
It's like poetry. It rhymes, right? But here we go. We got to watch it. It's a strong Black woman right there, Jeremy. That's a strong Black woman. Iconic.
Hang on. I got to get my shades. Oh my God. It's so fucking bad.
The voice she's using is like the weird part to me. I would have been a little more receptive if it hadn't been this little whispery shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is not a deep fake. This is not a joke. This is a real music video released by the star of The Acolyte, Amandla Stenberg, to go after the racist haters of the show.
This is somebody who has a white father. This is someone who started working for Disney at the age of 4 in their calendars or something, a child model for the calendars. This is never someone who's been oppressed in their fucking life.
Nope.
But
not at all.
I got a white dad who's rich, and that gives me the authority to be a half Black bitch. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, that's what it should have been. It should have been a parody.
And so she's talking about this right here at this part. She's talking about the Trevor Noah interview that went viral from several years ago. And a lot of big accounts were tweeting out saying like this was her going after Star Wars fans or whatever, because she was like wanting to make white people cry was the goal. And it was talking about some other projects she was involved in.
And guess who corrected them? We did.
Yep.
You know, we did right here on this show. We made sure to let everybody know, especially a lot of these retards who don't actually watch Star Wars. They just hop on, whether it's like the political bandwagon to like get clicks or whatever. We told a lot of these retards, no, do your research. It's from 2018. Now, that doesn't mean that this isn't how she feels, that it's not valid criticism, that Lucasfilm has a history of hiring people like this, these activists for their projects. But no, it was not promoting Star Wars, but it's certainly a clip that you can still use and talk about.
Yep, absolutely. Let's continue on.
When I was a teen, I was running from city to city to speak on the story, you know the one. Always running like a black boy.
Oh, God.
White people cried in the theaters, trying to release it. White people cried they could see us as human beings.
The best way to battle a narrative that you weren't talking about Star Wars fans when you were talking bad about white people is to make a diss track talking about white people as your Star Wars show is currently in rotation. Holy fuck.
She's been holding in this rage, Jeremy. For some reason, she just has this like uncontrollable rage that she needed to release. Not exactly sure why she's saying that, but I don't know.
I said white people crying, what's the call? The desperation of the oppressors is rising, and now they holding on to any old thing they can use.
The desperation of oppressors is rising. Like I said, this is someone who has gotten everything fucking handed to them in their life, in their entire life, right? Child modeling gigs, movies from a very young age, like 12 or 13 is when she made like her first appearance in movies, something like that. Even this Star Wars show, all those oppressors out there keeping her down, right? All these people in power, white supremacist Hollywood. You know what happened with this role? It was handed to her on a silver platter.
Yep.
She didn't have to audition for it. She wasn't the best person for the role. Leslie Headland, lesbian Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, who said she wanted to make, her life story and put it into Star Wars. This person approached Amandla Stenberg with all of the concept art with her face on it, because she said, I've made this for you. I've been making this for you. I want you to play this role. She got handed this role in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. This woman who's had everything her entire life, and she's still bitching about oppressors. You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch.
None.
This is catching on, though. I'm starting to dig that part. I like that one.
I want to die. Like
we're only a third of the way through.
I can't do it, Ryan. Like
Come on.
They spin and bastardize it and appropriate it. Let's not call woke or something we created. Speak truth to power, keep an eye out for you silly racists.
When it comes to the word woke, it's certainly the word woke has evolved over time. It was created by black people talking about, decades and decades and decades ago, before the fucking civil rights movement, just about understanding that, there might be some people that have some bad feelings towards us because of our skin color. I hate to break it to you. I know you're still going to reference slavery 400 years ago when black people enslaved other black people and sold them to white people. I know you're going to bring this up. Things have changed in this country. I don't know if you realize that or not. But yes, the word woke used to mean that. It's evolved a little bit because now these same people, they find oppression, they find racism, they find bigotry everywhere they can. They are seeking it out. They are looking for it even when it doesn't fucking exist. And now the entertainment space is full of people that think exactly like this. So all of the things that they're producing are with that in mind. It's not about equality. It's about equity. It's about getting back at the oppressors. So everything we do in entertainment is to tear white men down because they've oppressed us for far too long. That's what woke has evolved into. Yep. And some people still too retarded to understand that.
Journalism looking at you. Did you forget it's your job to provide the truth?
Yeah. Well, you're welcome, Amandla, because we actually, once we found out what was going on with that, we had corrected it. We had said, no, that was actually from several years ago. That wasn't applied to Star Wars. That was in reference to something completely different. So you're welcome. You're welcome. We actually did cover that for you and corrected that.
I was calling people out immediately for that. Even for people that said, doesn't matter, we're going to run with it. Doesn't matter when it was. It's important that you put it into context about when it is. It's still talking about these people and who they hire, right? These activists that they hire and the brain rot that they truly have. But it's also important to be accurate. When it comes to journalists, all these journalists, who the fuck else do you want on your side? All of the mainstream media has been covering for you. All of the mainstream media has been making excuses for you. All of the mainstream media has been trying to pretend like your show's a hit when it's not, when it's blatantly obvious. How many more people do you need in your corner before you don't feel oppressed?
The star of a fucking Star Wars show.
We can learn something from them. The future's coming and it's always the youth.
The future's coming in. It's always the youth. That's interesting you say that, because you know who's not watching Star Wars? The youth.
They're not. They are not.
Gen Z, like when you look at Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, that kind of stuff, that is the lowest viewed thing from Gen Z right now. Nobody's interested in getting into Star Wars. And that at the end of the day, we talk about, oh, Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is dead. You know what's really going to be the death of Star Wars is that they don't have a next generation getting into it. And the sad part is that's what they threw all the old fans away for. That's why this is the entertainment they're putting out. That's why they're greenlighting shows like this, because they thought that it would get the kids into it. Yep. And they've rejected it wholeheartedly. Crazy. Even teenagers think that dumb activist lesbians who have never cared about Star Wars before writing a Star Wars series is cringe. Crazy.
I'm sick and fucking tired of suppressing my rage.
Just listen to a couple of things she's saying. 400 years of dealing with this. Our ancestors had to be encaged. Spoiler alert for you. One, your ancestors got encaged by black people in Africa, all right? By Africans. Hate to break the news to you if you didn't know, but also every single different race of people has been enslaved and discriminated against and oppressed in some way throughout our entire history. The only people that can't get over it seems to be black people. And nobody is alive today that did that to you. So I don't know where all that suppressed rage that you have. I have trouble suppressing my rage. I don't know what you can do with that, but I guess you make music videos. She had that fucking line just a line ago where she said, if you suppress your rage, if you suppress your black rage, that's what results in like addictions and diseases and things like that. So blaming like rampant drug use and unhealthiness on suppressing your black rage. It's basically what Amandla Stenberg said.
Sent to an early grave.
And that's pretty much the end of it. We're not going to watch the final like 30 seconds. That's the music video right there. Star Wars fans have been defeated. It is over for Star Wars fans. There is no way we recover from this music video right here. We are done. It's over. They had a boardroom meeting and they were like, what can we do to battle all the negativity? We can come out with the cringiest diss track in the history of diss tracks. How far we have fallen from the glory days of the hit 'em ups by Tupac. This is the diss track now of 2024. Amandla Stenberg saying, you Star Wars fans are all racist, and I'm gonna record a music video and whisper through it. Here we are.
We so bored, don't fuck with your discourse.